Hello, come on in and like the video. Like the video as you come in. Hey Kenneth Odia, how you doing? Nick Roger, how you doing? Abundance Grace, how you doing? Good evening. How's Germany? Chef Ike, how you doing? Versatile Fortnite, how you doing? I've been doing great. How about you? Please like the video. Give me 9 likes. There's 9 of you in the room. Give me 9 likes. Blessed evening to you, to Abundance Grace. Philip Wabiri, hey, how you doing? Sean Hughes, my OG. Go ahead, come on, like the video. Give me likes. Get the likes up to 11. Let's have a quick conversation. Friends, crypto pump will surprise everybody. Here's my personal guarantee to myself, because I cannot guarantee anything to you. I can only guarantee to myself. And then I can share my personal guarantee to myself with you. If we're going on a trip and you say, hey, AH for truth, we're going on this trip, we're driving to Florida. It'll take us, 30 hours to get to Florida. And I tell you, I've been on this highway before, but I can't remember everything on the highway, but it looks like the highway I've been on, and I know I'm on the right track. If I've truly been there, you've seen me take pictures of Florida, you've seen me say certain things, you have to at least trust my judgment. Now listen, this is not financial advice. There will be a massive pump of crypto like never seen before this year. This is why I've been teaching people, encouraging people, sharing with people to get ready to take profit like never before. Take profit, learn how to take profit. I did a session the other day and I was showing one of my OGs how to take profit. This is very important. I don't have long today to stay on here. I came on a little later than I had planned. Okay? Hey, Pastor Carter, God bless you. Blessings to everyone indeed. Hey, Bishop David Black, God bless you. When you think pump will happen, Pastor, in your opinion, if you don't mind me asking, I don't mind you asking. I just believe that in the third quarter, there will be a massive pump. I've spoken with some prophets. I have also known that there will be 2 peaks and 2 valleys. I've been telling you that 2 peaks and 2 valleys. I'm talking about major peaks. So the first one will not be as big as the second one. The second one will be more massive than the first one. However, all of the indicators, all of the things that will cause a massive pump are all lining up. Look, all of the people who say, oh, they recharge, they do everything. It's all, look at what happened to Bitcoin. It went all the way to 74. And some cryptos pumped and pumped and pumped. And then what happened, it retraced. As at this morning, I think it's sitting at, this afternoon, it's sitting at 69. And you see some dumps here and there. In 4 hours, $60 billion was wiped off the market. That's it. But again, in another 5-10 hours, you could another pump can happen where within 24 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, the market could pump crazy by another 300%. You see what I'm saying? So based on just Bitcoin pumping 9% will send the market over the top. So we are going to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin. But here's what I want to say. If you look at my title, I talked about manipulation. Manipulation is a big thing here. We are dealing with a group of people who have been used to inflating debt in the banking system, fractionalized banking. The old system is faulty. What is the old system? The old system is this. I was coming back I went for breakfast with my wife this morning, and then, I decided to sit out here in a coffee shop as have been working here, and then this is now my break time. So, cheers. And so I realized something. Please like the video so that I get more views. I want to get up to 50, 75, 100 views if possible, okay? That's it. I don't need too much. I just need to get some new people coming in so I can help them, and then some of you who have been around. Please, by the way, follow me on Patreon. My Patreon is AH for Truth. AH for Truth. You'll find it in the description. AH for Truth. If you're new to crypto and you're just coming on and you're finding me and you like my vibe, join me and join my Eagle class. The Eagle class is the highest. It's $199 per month. And it's cheap because you can talk to me once a month for an hour and we can look at your portfolio together. We can look at things you're trying to do, the moves you're trying to make. I don't guarantee anything. I'm not an expert in anything. I'm an expert in enthusiasm. I'm an expert in enthusiasm. I'm a crypto enthusiast. And I have journeyed this way for several years, and I think I can help people who are new in the space, people who are over 50 and are not sure how they're going to make. 29, 5 years old, 19 years old, no problem. But I'm concerned for people who are 50 and over. I don't want you to be scammed. I don't want you to be cheated. I don't want you to be fooled or deceived by the scammers that are out there. So join my Patreon and let us travel together. I'm getting it more organized there. And every Sunday by 4 p.m. Central, I will be on Patreon talking to my OGs, to my members there. All right, GF baby, good to see you. How are you been doing? I have missed you. You and I should chat. I hope you're doing well, GF baby. God bless you. Thank you for joining. All right. Great to see you, sir. Yes, Abe. Abe at the move. How you doing? I've been shadow banned since September last year, but I'm thankful to God because sometimes these shadow bans are a blessing in disguise, right? So some of you have not been able to find me, so I'm glad for those of you who are seeing me. Gone broker afternoon. Hey, it's hard mental work preparing to be super wealthy. Had to take a break. Yes, it is. But this is why I said, people, it's not, see, why I set up the Patreon. I didn't want to do Patreon. I didn't even want to do YouTube, but people were advising me. One guy had a dream. 3 guys had a dream about me. 2 of them said, in the dream, the Lord spoke to them and said they were to come and meet me, that I was going to help them in the area of wisdom. I said, what? Do I have wisdom? But you know what? I think God has blessed me over the years. And again, I'm almost 60 years old. I have a lot of experience in ministry and leadership, 40 years of leadership. So I want to say this. The reason why I set up the Patreon is not just to tell you what crypto to buy. A lot of people know what to buy now because it's all out there. Look at, even SEC has declared certain cryptos commodities. So they are telling you it's your cheat sheet to be a millionaire this year. You just have to invest in the right ones. But that's not the issue. The issue is after the wealth comes. The issue is how you are thinking. Today I went to breakfast with my wife and we're driving back home and I told her, I said, sweetheart, listen, we have to think differently. There's a way that people who hold wealth think that most people don't think. Somebody said to me, oh, I went to my bank and I knocked on I went and basically knocked on their door and I said, I'm expecting to make $1 million from crypto. Can I move it here? And they were all looking at her like a crazy person, right? Because they don't know. That's not just one person, many people. Many of you have already an idea. You are thinking in the past while trying to make the future money. You are thinking in the world of analog while operating in the world of digital. It won't work. You have to think differently. Even where you live, how you move, your Facebook connections, your family on Facebook, like how you connect. Do you have kids who are old enough? Disconnect. Don't show that you are their parents on Facebook. There are certain things people are doing now, and those are the things I'm going to be telling you on Patreon. You have to be a member of my Patreon. You can't get it for free because I need a small group who are serious and we can travel together. I'm not the only one doing this. There's many other people doing that. So find your vibe, find your tribe, find your captain, or you be a captain of somebody else. Some of us are called to be captains of ships. Some of us are called to be, pilots of airlines. But the point is this: some of you are going to travel on first class and business class and premium. That's just the way life is. And if you can afford it, then come and let us travel together. My Patreon is AH for Truth. You can't want things for free if you are going to be wealthy. It's impossible. Today, I just talked to a lawyer. I'm paying them $650 an hour to sit down and talk with me. Maximum 2 to 3 hours. I will, for one session, second session, third session. That's 3 hours. Do you know what that costs? 650 times 3 is $1,800. That's $2,000 by the time taxes are in, all right? I am ready to pay that. Why? Because in my life, in 40 years of leadership, I started leadership at the age of 20, I would say at the age of 19. I was already preaching. I was already, by 20-something, I was already leading a congregation. By 32. I was, God had blessed me. So then I've also been engaged in business, in real estate, in entrepreneurship, and all of that. So I can tell you something. If you do not spend resources on the professionals to show you the way through things, you are going to be in a pile of doo-doo. So this is why you need lawyers, you need accountants, you need accountants in your state and accountants in your country. The wealthy don't have just one, and the costs are not crazy. How can you spend 10,000 investing in a crypto and you have not spent 500 sitting with a professional? I don't get it. Why do you have only one wallet, Tangem? You say, oh, it's $59, it's cheap, but you have put 25,000 in crypto, but you bought one wallet for 59. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? So you have more conference to go to? You've got to move differently. What did you baby say? Exactly. It's funny, I know. Said she had to take a break. Yes, we all have to take a break, but you've got to sit with people. You see, many of you can't. The reason, somebody said, why are there big churches and small churches and medium churches? God is in all of them. The reason why there are churches that are small is so that you can reach, you can have wisdom as close to you as possible. And some medium churches, you can have wisdom as close to you as possible. In some churches of 5,000, you can never talk to the pastor. You have to find, if that church does not structure small groups, you will never be close to wisdom. You'll be far away. You'll only be impressed by it from afar. So you need smaller groups. There's a reason why God ordained and structured this church that way. So that some of us, it's the same thing with business. There are some businesses where they treat you like a number, while some other businesses, they treat you like a person. Some hotels treat you like a number. Some hotels treat you like a person. You see what I mean? You tend to go to the hotel that treats you like a person than the one that treats you like a number. You don't care. You want the one that cares for you. You may pay a little bit more, but you are there. You see what I'm saying? So we need to have relationships. I have friends who are in iTrust Capital. Nobody talks to them, but they're making good money from iTrust. Jay Claver, great guy, very wise, very smart. Some of the people on my Patreon, they're on Jay Claver's program because they have $100,000 worth of XRP or 50,000 XRP. So they're on the program. I am not on the program. I'm not a big dude. Right? And then I live outside of the US. But here's the thing. Here's what I must tell you. You need to find a tribe of a group of people. They are not many, and they are talking about things. For example, iTrust Capital will not tell you where to invest outside of the United States. Many of you have lived in the United States. You are born there. You are raised there. So which country are you going to choose to have a second citizenship? Tanzania, Uganda, Ghana, Nigeria, Guatemala, Ecuador, Cote d'Ivoire. Where will you go? Which country can you go and learn the language? Do you know that wealth gives you time? Wealth gives you ability. Wealth gives you capacity and capability. Stop thinking like yesterday. Stop looking at it. Stop looking at things and saying it's expensive. You are in school, the school of the wealthy. You are in school, the school to learn. Some people say, man, I'm going to be able to help everybody now. I will build churches. I will stop talking like that. Your job is not to help everybody. There's no wisdom in that. It sounds good to say. Your job is to ask God what your purpose in life is. Do your purpose and then leave the rest, because you can't do everything. You can't buy everything. Somebody were driving along the river today and we're looking at property, and I saw a beautiful house. My wife said, man, I love that house. It was a mansion. What do you call a smaller mansion? Is it maisonette they call them? But it was not a full-size mansion. All right. And she was like, man, that's a beautiful house by the river. She said, oh, you can have your own private jetty and all of that. And I said, yes, that's good. But do we need it? No. Why? Because, my kids are all adults now. In another year, they're away. They could be out of the house now, but we have a house where all of us can disappear into the house and there's no need for, you don't know. Everybody can be in their bedrooms and we're all happy and all of that, right? And it's cheaper for them to be able to save money, and if they want to move on, they're more than welcome to. And in our culture, we don't say, oh, you have to be kicked out or whatever. They're adults. They can make a decision for themselves. But the point I'm making is you have to ask yourself, what do you need? Some of you would have to get a penthouse in the city, and you are there. Up there, your car is in the third level ground underground parking lot, and you are fine. That's what you need. You don't need to impress anybody. Don't you impress anybody? But it's coming. It is coming in a big way. It is coming in a big way. All right? It's coming in a big way. So let's, you don't have to join my Patreon, but I want you to. If you are somebody who says, look, after, don't wait for after. This is when you start. So we're having conversations. We're talking about where to go, how to move, what to do, and stuff like that. Security. Let me ask you, if you hold a tangent, have you added another wallet, or you added a second tangent? There's nothing wrong in having 3 tangents. It's inexpensive. But what if you had Decent? What if you had Ledger? What if you have, you should not only be buying crypto, you should be also buying security. You should be learning security. You see what I'm saying? There you go. There you go. There you go. And be calm. And the Lord will lead you and the Lord will guide you, And so it's important. But the manipulation is what I'm concerned about, because people are going to get out. They'll say, I am tired, I don't want this. Divide your assets into 3 to 4 bags, so that and the bag could be a mental bag, but sometimes it's best to have them physically in different wallets for people who may not be able to hold it mentally. You have 10,000 units of something, you can divide it into 2,500, 1,000, 1,000, and 2,500, and then, or the rest, bigger size bag, right? 3, 5, 4, 5, and then the rest would be 5, 5 in one big bag for the forever. Anything you do, make sure that you are you separate it that way. Why? Because anything you own. Kryptonite is here. Ellipal, thank you so much. Hey Kryptonite, how you doing? God bless you. We had an amazing live. How many of you were on our live last night? It was awesome. Some questions were asked. And one of the things I want to talk about, and I'm going to do something on my Patreon regarding that. One of the guys on the live yesterday, I can't remember his name, but amazing dude. 2 people did something that I was really impressed about. We had someone who came on and he was talking nonsense, talking crap. Why are you guys charging? If you're truly men of God, you shouldn't be charging money to train people and all that. And I'm saying, at a point I had to read John chapter 12, where the Bible says Judas did not say it is too expensive. Don't the perfume that on Christ was too expensive, and it could feed the poor, right? The Holy Spirit said he said it because he had the bag and he was a thief. People sometimes come with this all righteous religious, why are you charging people, without knowing one thing about your life or what God is using to you. Let me tell you something. When we charge to teach something and we teach it and people are happy and they pay us for our time, part of that money takes care of a couple of things. It takes care of the cost of hosting on all these sites, take care of the cost of paying others to help us with things that saves us time to be able to do this. I have 3 executive roles, and yet God called me to this. I have to pay somebody to do certain things for me. I also have to bless people. There's people, I'm not going to go into details, but there's people that I support because the Lord has put them in my life. You must, in life, you must have the relationship with the cross speaks of relationship with God, relationship with people on your level, and relationship below you. You must have those kind of 3 relationships. You must always, Bible says the poor you will always have amongst you. So if God has elevated you, he elevated you for a reason. Let me ask you, who is a poor person poorer than you that you are blessing? Now, not tomorrow. Now. Who are you blessing now? Because a lot of people are thinking only of tomorrow. I want you to think of today. Because if you cannot secure $10 out of 1,000 or $100 out of 1,000 to be a blessing, how are you going to do it when you have $1 million? Because it's about behavior. Behavior that is consistent with a principle. All right. March 28th. Why do I keep saying November? March 28th from 10 a.m. we have the webinar on becoming a shadow bank. I have done some research. 3 years ago, I started thinking about the power of participating in the financial ecosystem of the world. I noticed that all the rich men that I've known, not just rich, wealthy, there's a difference between rich and wealthy. Chief MKO Abiola, one of the richest men in the world, who died in the 1990s because he was trying to become president and the military killed him. That guy was so wealthy. I noticed that he had solid shares in the banking industry. Then we go to Dangote. At one time, Dangote was the richest black man in the world. Now, remember, I was born and grew up in Nigeria before I moved here over 2 decades ago. This guy, 25 billion. One time he bought into a bank. Why were these rich people, these billionaires, buying into banks? They buy banks, or they buy into a bank, or they buy into a printing press. They buy banks, they buy into printing presses, and some of them buy into airlines. So their family, their members, their staff always get special tickets, first class, business class, whatever. And they get all this reward back. Another thing they buy into, insurance. I'm going to be talking about these kinds of things on my Patreon as we go forward. Why do they buy into insurance? Because of universal banking. So they have insurance, they have this, they have that. If you check Dangote, he's the richest black man in the world, you will see that he has what they call Alson Insurance Brokers. That's his company. I've been in that building, I've been in that office years ago. It's in a place in Nigeria called Apapa. Apapa is a is by the ocean, right? It's, you have ships docking and going and back and forth. They have the RO port, roll on, roll off port in Apapa. So I used to go to the office then when I was in insurance, and I remember I dealt with them. Listen, the wealthy usually have a stake in the financial world. So 3 years ago, I began to research it. And I said to my wife, she's the one I talk to a lot before I talk to other people. I said, you know what? It'll be wise to have, we're holding crypto assets. These assets are financial in nature because it's money. Crypto is actually currency. That's what it's called, cryptocurrency, email money. And I said, it'll make sense to have these inside a financial entity, because a time will come, some of the prime ones who primarily do financial things, financial stuff, will not be in the hands of individuals. Now, this is not a prophecy. I do not know. It's just that the way the world has operated, it's either they buy it from you, they seize it from you, or they choke you to the point where you have to give it up. So I said, it would be best for it not to be owned by you as an individual, not just a corporation, but for it to be sitting inside the protective cover of a financial entity. Then I met Kryptonite, and the Lord had been dealing with him on these issues and gifted him specially. So his name, we call him, Pastor Stephen Jordan is called Kryptonite. It's not an accident. It's a knight, knighted by God. So then we started talking, and he was sharing these things with me of how he had been looking at this shadow bank and all that. 49% of the banking of the banking systems in the world, or banking corporations in the world, are shadow banks. 49%, and they control trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, and most of it is private wealth. I watch the politicians. I watch the laws and the rules that they make for themselves. I've told you here, why would you say to everybody in Canada, you must have the vaccine of this deadly disease? It's so deadly. If you have it, you're dead. Oh my God. You can't enter a plane. You can't go to school. Even when they were doing online school, my kids were in university, they said, you have to have the vaccine to sit online. Well, you don't need the vaccine if you're sitting in a computer watching your teacher. No, you must have the vaccine to take class. You must have the vaccine. But the only people who are exempted from taking the vaccine are the members of parliament. They don't need the vaccine. So are they superhuman? Like why don't they have that? And in America too, the members of parliament there, what do you call them? The House of Representatives and the senators, they're not required to have the vaccine. Friends, these people make rules for everybody, but not for themselves. Right? So that's when my eye began to open and say, hold on a second. And people are going on with boosters. The government say, get a booster. Somebody online, we're on our 7th booster as a family. Their kids are on boosters, and the kids already have droopy eyes. Well, that's my son. This is not from the last trip. Yeah, that's a big fish. That's also the 27, 29 is the master. Emoji coin, I don't know it. Sorry. There's a lot of coins. I don't know everything. I know a few. I don't know emoji coin. Okay, so that's the thing. People need to learn. People need to expose themselves to knowledge. Please listen. There's not every knowledge now. AI has made it possible. You can find one guy sold his house in Florida within 5 days using ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT, find everything you need. But if you feel you want to sit in a classroom of people learning together, led by myself, Kryptonite and myself, go ahead. It's March the 10th. What am I saying? March the 28th. See, I'm distracted by people. I'm in a coffee shop. March the 28th at 10 a.m. It's wtwinvestments.com. What's the word investments? WTW Investments. Make sure you pay with PayPal. Make sure you pay with PayPal. $2.99. Early bird. All right. So having said that, the manipulation is such that it has come to a point. Brandon Biggs said he had a vision. He saw 3 men, top bankers, holding a rocket and pulling it down, the rocket of crypto. Yes, it's obvious. It's obvious, but it's still going to pass. Don't depend on Clarity Act. Don't be discouraged after the Clarity Act if things don't fly. Don't let go of your position. What you need to do is to keep watching. When your asset begins to fly, then you take profit. Everything, because no matter what happens, those who manipulate will continue to manipulate until they shake out as many people as possible. It's just the way it is. Thank you, Blue, for saying that. But I'm just being honest, right? To say there's a lot of things you can research on your own. But if somebody else has done the research and they've put the time in, try them out, see what happens. You will be blessed, right? So, be blessed. Any questions for me before I go to this? I've been here for half an hour already. Almost half an hour. Excuse me. Any questions? WTWinvestments.com. And if you want to join us in Houston, I'll be in Houston April 9 to 12 with the VIP one-on-one conference 9.0. Bring your laptop. We'll send you, by the way, you just email me, andaza@icloud.com or the kryptonite1906@gmail.com, and we'll send you information. We don't disclose the venue until payment is made. It's a class for about 10 people. Anything more than 10 will be too hard to handle. So you have to be able to afford it. And 4 days of crypto immersion, 4 days. So crypto pump will happen as a surprise. That's what I believe. Why will it be a surprise? It will be a surprise for those who are prepared and those who are not prepared. For those who are prepared, they will be surprised by how high it goes. For those who are not prepared, they will be surprised by how it happened and how high it goes. And then there's another group of people that will be surprised by crypto. Those who do not believe, they will be so surprised that they will jump in. FOMO will take the market to heights never seen before. See, FOMO will take the market to heights never seen before. All the people you see standing on the line, I know a lot of people who have been telling me, oh no, crypto, oh, it's just scam, this and that. They will pile on. And some of them will pile on just to get the profits and get away and quickly sell. And they'll make money. But that will be it for them. Because when it returns down, I saw it in 2023, the Lord granted me a vision, I saw it. When it goes that high and it comes back down, it'll lose its momentum, come back down, but the new low will be much higher than the previous lows. It's like if you bought Bitcoin at 10,000 and it went all the way to 100,000, then came back to 69,000, you're still good. You're still good. You're still good. You're still 6x up. 6.9x up. So Brooklyn, how you doing? What's up, bro? The power of manipulation. Yes, manipulation is in place, man. Adeyemisa, thank you once again. What's your meme token? Should I be holding this bull run? What meme token? Don't you have any already? You know, somebody gave, I was going to tell you about somebody yesterday. They really, somebody came and apologized to me, and I was really so humbled by that. Because he said something on YouTube, a comment, and I think he was on the live yesterday with me and Kryptonite, and he said, I now understand after watching your live. And I prayed for him, and I said, God will bless you for your humility, for coming back to say, I now understand. Wow. People like that, the Bible says, God talks about, humility. Humility is like a perfume. It attracts God. Say, humble yourselves in the sight of God and he will lift you up. Okay? So, one other person said he was afraid of meme coins because he doesn't know. And then he said he had a dream. And he said, in that dream, he was told, buy nonsense coins. So he went and researched what nonsense coins are. Cheers. And he found out that nonsense coins actually are meme coins. So, meme coins that I'm looking at right now, WikiCat, Luna Classic. There's a couple others like Troll. I don't hold Troll right now, but there's Balkan Dwarf. Those are on Ethereum, okay? So you want to look at Ethereum, Solana, and BNB meme coins, okay? So I think the BNB meme coins are going to run crazy. You know, personally, I'm expecting a 150x on 150x on Luna Classic and 150x on WikiCat. That's 15,000%. Why? Just because I believe that meme coins are God's divine amount. It's a divine blessing from the Lord for people who may not have enough. You can put if you put 1,000 into a meme coin and it goes to 150,000 or it goes to 100,000. Some people are saying that time is over. I don't believe it. I believe that there's still opportunity. And with Bitcoin getting to 120, 130, 150,000, you're going to see an explosion in some of these, low cap cryptos like never before. Hey, David Myers, you're in Conroe. God bless you. Come to the conference, April 9 to 12. Send me an email or send Kryptonite an email. And the Kryptonite at the Kryptonite 1906 at gmail.com. The Kryptonite 1906 at gmail.com. Hey, Chinelo Bless. Hey, Chinelo Bless, my OG. How you doing? I hope you've taken time to go through the Patreon. I hope that's been a blessing to you. Follow me on Patreon, AH for Truth. I'm trying to get to 200 today. I have 195 followers, so I need 5 more to get to 200 on Patreon. 200. And if you want to join any of the levels, join the higher level, the Eagle class. That will give you the best. Any minimum amount? No, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you that. So, you see, Adeyemi Opeyemi, your question doesn't make sense. To be honest, your question is not reasonable. Let me tell you why. I told you, I gave you everything you need to know. I said, I am expecting 150x. Okay, good. So if I were you, I just take 150 and multiply it by whatever I can afford. See, so if what you can afford is $300, $1,000, you just multiply by 150. Then you see what you will get if my prediction comes true. And remember, this is not financial advice. So to me, your question doesn't really add up. I already gave you the best information, which is I believe it will make 150x. That's the best to me. That's what I'm expecting. So if I'm investing now, I say, okay, 150x. If I put 1,000 there, I'll get $150,000. Right? So now, if it doesn't get there and I get 10x, my 1,000 will become 10,000. Man, that's not bad. Because there's no bank in the world, nowhere, that they will give you 10x for your money. Okay? King Jaqueen. Natalie, you want to buy ETN? You can buy ETN with KuCoin, but you have to use your VPN. David Myers. Okay, yeah, send the email to Kryptonite or to myself, andaza@icloud.com. We'll take care of you. PayPal doesn't work in your country. Send me an email to my email and let me figure it out. I'll tell you what to do. Which country are you in, EAK? Which country are you in? What do you mean? What do you going to blow you punk? What does that mean? Atlas Power. Anytime from I think there will be a pump in April and then a pump in July, August. Based on my consultations and how I'm feeling, prophetic voices and all, we're going to see a conversation. But I mean, people asking when. You are trying to time the market. It shows me that you are not patient. Just buy, hold, and wait. Get busy doing something else. Glad. Brad said 90% that Clarity Act passes by end of April. Yes, but I just told you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Before Clarity Act, people made money on crypto. So even after the Clarity Act, they will still continue to manipulate the market. The stock market is over 100 years old. They are manipulating it. They'll still manipulate. So you just have to invest in the right cryptos. But Clarity Act will change the market for sure. But I do not expect them to just remove their hand from manipulation immediately. And that's what would discourage many people. They say, we are waiting. The last thing was the Clarity Act. And look at this crypto is still at $3. Or when it explodes, people will expect it to remain there and not take profit. Let the financial institutions, when they put 1 trillion in, take your share and get out. Because they will be your exit liquidity. They are not going to bring everything in at once. I told you they will slow walk it. Because this is how they will get people discouraged to get out. That's good. They will do it. It's wild. But it's not what will make things explode. It should make things explode. But we have a lot of wicked people who will pull things down. They will hold the rocket down. So it's better that you understand that. Don't depend on politicians. People were making money before the government and the banks got involved. So believe the Lord and you'll be established. Believe his prophets and you prosper. Yes, okay. Good, Adeyemi. God bless you. And it is well with you. You will do very well. The little that you have will multiply. The plenty you have will explode. In Jesus' name. You will never be poor. Egyptian says, and just swap from any stable coin to the ETN. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. What were you saying, Egyptian? What are you trying to say? Do you have a video, sir, for ETN? No, I do not. But send me an email. I'll send you information on what to do. Just ask me in the email what you want, and please give me some time to answer because my email gets busy too. Atlas Power, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. What do you mean Japan oil problem? That's not an issue. Anytime there's problem in the world, commodities explode in value. Commodities explode in value, so. Hey, Natalie, I can't help you on here. Follow my Patreon. Go on my Patreon or go look for videos on YouTube. Just go on the Patreon and send me a message there about this. This is not how to get help. You can announce the request here. You know, I'll be shutting this down in a short while. So I can't tell you, do this, do this, do this, do this on here. You won't even understand what I'm saying. You'll be confused. If you want real help, you have to go to watch a video on how to do things on ETN. If it's a video you're looking for, search it on YouTube. If you find it, then do it. If you don't find it, then you need to talk to someone. And if you talk to me on Patreon, I can help you. But besides that, go on YouTube. I don't have a video to give you right now. But I wish you all the best. ETN to backstop the British pound. Yes, ETN is going to be very valuable. One ETN will be worth over $600. We were all once new, exactly. But you have to start somewhere. So if anybody has a video to ETN, please link it for her. Link it for Natalie. Natalie, where are you based? Where are you based? I'm not sure, you know. Oh, by the way, you are a member of my channel. My God. Send me a message. You're a member of my channel. I should be able to assist you. Just send me a message. Okay, my email is... I can't put it on here because I'm using my phone. I don't know how to do this on here. Goal amount, 10 super chats, time. Okay, so no, I don't know how to. Just andaza@icloud.com, andaza@icloud.com, or you go into my description. Do you know how to go into the description, Natalie? Go into the description and send me a message to my email. My Patreon, for those of you who want to join me on Patreon, is AH for Truth. AH for Truth. Dollar cost average, people, dollar cost average. Just buy until you can't buy. Just buy what you can, but you but you can afford. What Patreon would you like? My Patreon is AH for Truth, the same as my channel, AH for Truth. You see a big A and H, bold. Okay, so Egyptian just told you what to do. She said download the Zipto wallet, then swap any stable coin for ETN. Simple. But you see, Egyptian, you just told her what to do. If she's so new, she may not even know how to send one thing to the other. So I don't know. I don't know her level. I don't know if she's a level 3 or a level 7 in crypto. She says she's new, so take that advice, Natalie. See what she said there? Download the Zipto wallet, then swap any stable coin for ETN. My Patreon is AH for Truth. I already told you it's AH, A for Apple, AH for House, for Truth, FOR Truth. Look for that and you'll find me in there. ETN is Electronium. AH for Truth. That's the Patreon you got to join. AH for Truth. Go on there and I'll tell you what to do. Hello, Wisdom Life. Hello, Wisdom Life. Who is in Ghana? Please like the video. By liking the video, you're going to get more. Like the video. Give us a thank you for 37 likes. Like it up to. Okay, Kryptonite, she just joined your. I think she just joined your Patreon, so that's cool. What cryptos are you invested in? Wisdom Life Ministry is good. From South Africa. What's foreign? Of course, I've heard of Volt Edu. I think they'll all have a good run this year. If Bitcoin explodes, they're all going to explode. No doubt about it. Bitcoin doctrine still rules the market. Do you think the prophecy will happen straight like that, James? Do you think it will happen like that? Have you ever seen any prophecy happen exactly the way that you are writing it? No, I'm asking you a question. You have not answered my question. So, is that what you think is going to happen exactly the way it was prophesied? Is that how it will happen? That it'll be 10 cents and then after that 50 cents and after that $1? Is that what you're expecting? What's the supply for Volt Inu? Do you know if there will be any valleys, any crooked paths, any uneven ground? Do you know the warfare that would happen between 10 and 50 cents? Are you sure? Between 50 and $1? What do you know? I know, I'm just asking you, like, the prophecy, I agree. But what, after a prophecy, what usually follows? Are you prepared for the battle between 10 and 50? Do you know what battle between 50 and $1? Do you think it'll go directly like that? Or what do you think? I'm just asking you, what are you expecting? Do you think it'll happen exactly like that? I also believe in God and I believe everything is possible. But I'm just asking you what your expectation is exactly. So you should look at profit taking and because some people wait. They One guy lost a lot of money because he believed in a prophecy. The prophecy was not the problem. It was a strategy. After a prophecy, there comes warfare. After the warfare, in order for you to win the warfare, there has to be strategy. We need to contend for our prophecy as the enemy is also fighting to stop our. Exactly. There you go. It might not. There can be some factors. Exactly. So you've got prophecy is one thing. Read 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 18. He said the prophecies that went before you are that you might then war a good warfare. Christ came by prophetic word, but Christ had to fight a battle. He had to die, be buried, be resurrected on the third day for us to be able to receive the life that we have that is eternal from him. So, very important. I don't just like to sit down and just be talking about prophecies. I've seen people go broke because all they do is talk about prophecy. Prophet, 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 the prophet, the prophet, the prophet, and they don't make anything because they are running around. I'm not saying you are doing that, but I don't like to sit down on this. And I like prophecy, but what is the wisdom that comes with the prophecy? The Bible says wisdom is the principle. You see, there's some people that are so anointed, but they don't have wisdom. Samson was so anointed, but he didn't have wisdom. Joseph was anointed, he had wisdom. Samson prayed and said, let me die with my enemies. He could have prayed and said, God, restore my sight. See what I'm saying? So wisdom is the principal thing. All right. Awesome. Well, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I've seen OC card process as high as $1. I've seen phenomenal card process as high as $100, but waiting for people might be a foolish act. That's what I'm telling you. So don't keep repeating the same thing every. The last 3 days, people have been asking me phenomenal card, phenomenal card, phenomenal card. Okay, I went phenomenal card. The 24-hour thing was $123. So some people will buy it because the prophets that they respect are saying it, and then their money will be stuck because there's no liquidity there for them to pull out. So if they are ready to buy and hold it for a long time, like I'm not doubting the prophecies, I'm just saying people should be ready to know, to understand. It's not just profit. You have to understand how crypto works. So if you check phenomenal card, the liquidity is very low. You see, so I'm not saying that it's not going to happen, but when and how. So you have to be ready to maybe park some money there and forget about it. There's a coin that I bought. It was a prophet that said that coin was going to be whatever. I put $100 in there. The whole thing went down. It's not even up to $10 right now. But there was a prophecy. You see. So yeah, I know. I don't have time to go and check those people. I'm not checking anybody. I don't need to do that. If I have time, I will, but I don't have the time. So Debboville Miguel, no, I'm not doing that. Sorry. You've brought the information, so I mean, I think some of us have already, if we can, we do. But I've told you, I've done some things in the past. One guy told me that there was a prophetic word, and he lost a lot of money, and it was a prophetic word. You know, in the Bible, in Second Kings, chapter 8, chapter 4, a prophet died, and two of his children were being taken for slaves. And there are many people right now, that's exactly what they are doing. They are not paying attention to wisdom. They are not paying attention to wisdom. Prophecy doesn't stand on its own. It has to. The Bible says we have the mind of Christ, you see. So, and people have to have track record. If somebody is a prophet, they have to have track record. What is the utility of OCCAT? Tell me the utility. I added OCCAT to my Pennywell, but what is the utility? What's the utility? What is it going to be doing as utility? Exactly, waiting for peak. It's not wise. Yes, it is. It's one of the cat. It's actually in the family of WikiCat, the SMC DAO coins. But what I'm asking, what is the utility on OCCAT? I'm just curious. What's the utility? Is it going to help to move money in the banking sector, airline tickets? What is it? What is the utility? OCCAT and FreeOneCat both are trying to be WikiCat, but OCCAT doesn't have. What is the utility? That's the question I asked you, James. I don't have OCCAT. I didn't dig into that coin. Okay. No, I think they'll all do well. I think they'll all do well. It's an opportunity for people to be able to buy and get themselves from nothing to something. Some people have only $300, and that $300 can become 15,000. Then they take 10,000 and put it into another crypto that goes to 100,000. So, but what did you answer? You said OCCAT and Phenomenal Card both are trying to be WikiCat. Oh no, I said OCCAT. So what's on the launch pad? What's on the launch card? Let me see. What's on the launch pad? It's prophetic as well with utility. Yeah. Check the Boville channel. Check Prophet Miguel of Jamaica. One world currency by 2030. Melville, what is the one world currency? What do you mean? What do you mean? How do you know it's 2030? Who told you that? Are you sure? Oh, is that a question? Is that a question? One world currency. By what I believe is God doesn't reveal every coins to all. Okay? Can I just put this here? Do you mind putting this in the garbage, please? Thank you. You were saying, my battery is very low right now, so if it goes off, it's because I lost battery power. But I'll charge it in my car. Hopefully, it goes on. I think it's a question. I'm a huge believer of God, Pastor. No, I didn't say you didn't believe in God. I didn't say so. I just said, I said that I believe in God too. I believe you believe in God. That's why you are talking about prophecy. But I'm just saying that when the prophecies are given, can you guys still hear me? Please, if you can hear me, let me know. When the prophecies are given, we have to also. I've just discovered in my life that prophecies were not meant to just live on. Okay, look at, if Prophet Samuel anointed Saul to become king, but eventually, because of what he did, he was rejected. So understanding how prophecies operate is very important. So no, yeah, I'm not. I think we're okay. Yes. So I'm not saying that these things will not happen. I'm just saying that we have to really be careful that we're not believing the prophecy to the point where we don't do our own homework and due diligence. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. So Melville, you were saying something about Melville. What are you talking about? James, where are you joining us from? I'm not sure if you told me that. Where are you based? Melville, are you in South Africa? What did you ask me? I think it's a question. It's been in the plans for a long time. And Satan also fights prophetic words, right? Yeah, regarding world currency in 2030, I don't really know dates. I don't really care about dates. You know how people said that Jesus was going to come in September, right? That's how some people are also saying that the one world currency will be by the one world currency will happen in 2030. Remember how they said Y2K 2000? If you are over 50 years old, you know when they said, oh, Y2K the year 2000, that's everything is going to happen. Maybe rapture will take place. There will be no there'll be no more paper. People will not use paper. It will all be digital, this and that. All that didn't happen. Didn't happen. So I have come to understand that the life of the believer is a life of faith every day. The Bible said the just shall live by faith. On a daily basis, we should be living as if today is the last day and living as if we have 100 years. There are people who refuse to invest. They say, well, Jesus is coming soon. Why are we investing? So they didn't invest for tomorrow. That's why some of the church today is poor. They were so heavenly minded that they became earthly useless. You want to be heavenly minded while also earthly useful. He said we are the salt of the earth. So till the last minute, you are salt of the earth. Till your bones are in the ground. Elisha's bones were raising the dead. You see? So so we have to live with when you start your day. When you start your day in the morning, you go before the Lord. You spend time with the Lord. When you go to bed, the Bible says in Psalm chapter 1, it tells us that, let me see if I have the Bible here. Okay. I have a New Testament, but not, this is John, okay. The Gospel of John. But see, I have New Testaments in my car so I can hand out to people. But I've not been very effective at that. I'm praying that God will give me the grace to be more effective in that area because a lot of people need the Word of God. So yes, start your day. The Bible says, I'll enter his gate with thanksgiving in my heart. I will enter his courts with praise. Start your day with God. Start your day with, let your relationship with him be vibrant. Let his joy fill your heart. When you meet people, let the love of God radiate. Let you should become the epistle known and read of all men. Because some people will never read the Bible. When they see you, let them read the Bible just by looking at you, talking to you, and all of that. So every day, glorify God. The Bible says the whole duty of man is to worship God. So when you engage like that, it makes life completely different. It makes you become a person who is not so concerned about what. Look at some people are already during COVID. They stopped going to church. They say, let's just wait. Let's sell all our property because the world is coming to an end. Okay, so you sell to who? I remember buying a Toyota Corolla for very cheap during COVID because people were just discouraged. Let's just sell, and people got property, they got things at that time, and the values went up right after. So I'm not saying that we should live without, just live as if there's no tomorrow or that Christ is not returning, but we should stop putting dates. And so for 2030, with the one world currency, I believe that cryptocurrency and blockchain is heading towards that beast system. And of course, we're already in that system, but it's not fully operational. At some point, those who are believers will be limited from accessing certain things. If you lift up Jesus in this world, you'll be limited from accessing certain services, and that is why the Lord is giving us the resources to be able to build a parallel economy, as it is, because of the times that we're going into. And I don't know when that kicks in. I don't know how it's going to look. But the church should not be a poverty-stricken entity on the planet. That's not ever God's plan. Neither are we preaching prosperity, that everybody will have $1 million in their bank account. That's not what we're preaching here. We're just saying the church should become self-sufficient in a world that is becoming more anti-church, anti-Christ. I never said it's not in government documents. I never said so. Well, and I didn't, and remember, Daniel was in Babylon, but he didn't worship the image of Nebuchadnezzar in Babylon. And one of the reasons why Trump became president is to delay that. But a lot of people don't believe it. In fact, some people believe that he is the Antichrist. And I find it very ridiculous because the Bible clearly tells us who the AC is, or the character. And it's not only one, there are many antichrists, but it tells us about one that will head everything, is one who is likely going to be androgynous. When you read the scripture, he has no use for women, so it's probably going to be very going to be a homosexual, very public. And if you look at it's already happening. You have people who are homosexuals. The former president of Ireland was married to a man to a man. So it's becoming more and more common, more and more accepted. Very soon you see a governor who is married to a woman. There are senators who are lesbians, and it's just what it is. And the Bible already told us that those are the things that we have to look for. So you see what I'm saying? So it's in the documents, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it will happen in 2030. The United Nations, they wanted to do certain things by certain time. Did any of us know that the US will withdraw from the United Nations? Did any of us know that Trump will handle NATO the way he's handling NATO today? No. NATO said, we're not joining you in the attack to Iran. He said, all right, that's fine. Then we will pull our 5% that we're putting in NATO, all that money. And Jan Stoltenberg knows that his salary will be in trouble, that they will not be able to fund. The World Health Organization is funded by the US. Most of the money is from the US. And now he says, okay, I'm not putting that money in there anymore. And then they're all panicking. So, but, the media is an arm of the globalists. And what do the globalists want? They want one world. They want to accelerate the manifestation of the false prophet, the beast, and the Antichrist. That is the trinity of Satan, right? And basically, when you look at the tribulation, Satan will be living on earth with his headquarters here on earth. Because the lease that Adam had on the planet, he stole in the garden. He's a thief. And his intention is to destroy humanity. And that's why they want to change men into women, women into men, and all this. Where there's no man, there's no woman. Because the Bible says God made them male and female. So by mixing everything, and confusing DNA and doing all of these kinds of things, we're going to be like in the days of Noah. The Bible says it will be like in the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, spiritual entities were coming into female daughters of men, of course, and impregnating them and producing hybridized human beings. That's why the Lord wiped all of them out. So understanding those things, we're seeing it happening all over again. They are investigating and trying to learn, how can we do this thing? How can we create a world that does not look like the world that Jehovah intended? Because they are enemies of Jehovah, you see. And God sent Yeshua. The Bible says he was manifested. The Son of God was manifested that he might destroy the works of the devil. So, Mel will 9868 AI. Mel will, right. All right. So, Mel will, yes. ETN will be life changing. Do you think there are lots of false crypto prophets? There used to be, but I don't think many of them have a voice now because they've expired. Many of them have expired. Why? Usually when God is about to make a new move, you will see a lot of prophets rise up, men and women. He says your sons and your daughters will prophesy. But usually weeds also grow with every crop. If you put a seed in the ground, it'll grow and there will be weeds around it. It's just normal. The Bible tells us clearly the enemy will also sow tares among the wheat. So there will always be prophets. But what happens is that the prophets that are of God usually will have more stamina than the prophets that are false. That's why Elijah defeated the 400 prophets of Baal at the brook Kidron. No, is that where he defeated them? On Mount Carmel. So the stamina will always be on the side of God's prophet. Another example, besides Elijah, is with Moses. Moses had more stamina than the false prophets of Egypt. Every time Moses would do something, they tried to imitate him until at one point they could not keep up with Moses. So that is the reality. The false prophets will not be able to keep up, right? Okay. Is Lunk and Luna the same? No. Luna Classic is the original Luna, but when it fell on May 9th, 2022, from $120 down to 0.000006, it lost its place because of the depeg between USDC and the United States dollar. There was a depeg, but we're now beginning to find out that it was a manipulation of that particular ecosystem that led to the collapse, just like what happened to FTX. So what we're expecting is that there's going to be a repeg of the USDC to the US dollar, as well as the Luna going back, Luna Classic. So Luna is Luna 2.0. They created a new Luna. Do Kwon did all that to try to save his blockchain, Terraform blockchain, so Terraform Labs. So they had their blockchain called Terra, and then you had Terra Luna, which fell. Luna was the banker's coin back in the day. It was like Solana today in 2022 before it fell. So they are different. Zebek is doing a lot of work in the area of payroll, and it's a good coin. I don't know how much it is right now. I entered Zebek and came out with a little bit of profit, but I've not been in it for a while. But I think it's a very good coin. I don't know how much it is, Chef Ike. You can check the price, but it's something to think about. Yeah. BNB Tiger, I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on it. I just think anybody who has it should hold it or say get out of it. If you're not happy with it, get out of it, put it somewhere else. That's what I would say. Is Lunk and Luna the same? Yeah, I've answered that one. Okay. Mel will talk about AI. Yeah, AI. It's in the future, but it's already here. I mean, if you invest in any AI assets, I think you are wise. I think you are making. Yeah, but it's good not to be too scattered, because if you scatter without focusing, then you should have something where your bags are heavy and tight, so that when it explodes, and you will be happy with your return. But spreading yourself thin will not help, in my opinion. I've never, since I bought BNB Tiger, I've never bothered about it. I just put it there, so I don't go into the new, old, and is the original one that I have is still there, and that's it. If it dies, it dies. If it doesn't bother me. If I lose it, I don't care. If I don't, there are some cryptos that I've invested in for long term. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Prophecy or no prophecy, it doesn't matter. Because I have my irons in different fires. I'm not going to kill myself over a particular crypto. But I believe in the prophetic word. But then there's battle to be done, and some people are not ready for the battle. So what are you going to do? Some people even talk themselves out of the blessing because they say things they are not supposed to say. You're holding the if that makes sense. That's my position on it, and that's about it. Right? Not all coins are gonna flourish, of course. Some are, in fact, 99% of cryptos will disappear in the next little while. They'll be gone. Just like in the dot-com era, Google, Yahoo, and a few other companies survived, but most of them completely kaput. Completely kaput. Died. And now you have the two that are basically the most popular of these ones, and they've done very well. Okay, my friends, thank you very much for joining me. You guys have a wonderful one, and if you're still on here, one of my OGs, thank you so much, and follow me on Patreon. God bless you. Bye bye now.